I so wanted to catch you like as
Oh my god.
Jesus
So
Christ,
bad.
man. All right, I'm
Is
trying.
this count as an intro?
I think so.
Intro?
Intro.
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 Intro?
Welcome to the show where you.
Don't know what the fuck is going on, and neither do we.
That was good. You totally ruined my joke of saying
Damn it.
like the show. Do you watch Game Grumps at all?
I don't think so.
Okay, well they're like a Let's Play channel, and one of the guys, Dan, he always does that where he's like the show where you, and then just doesn't say anything for a little bit. And you totally ruined my joke by saying something more succinct and professional, and I hate
But that
you.
worked so well for
Yeah.
our...
What did you say?
I said... You said the show where you don't know what the fuck is going on, and neither do we.
Yeah, that's like super succinct. I don't think we can use it. It's off-brand.
What do you mean? How's it off brand?
Our brand doesn't make sense, and so you've made a title that makes sense.
we, can't, we can't have anything logical in the podcast.
I don't think so, frankly.
Just pretend I didn't say that.
Hooray.
Intro.
Jesus, you suck.
Alright, hi guys, my name is Eddie Pudlow.
God damn it. No, we're not doing that again. His name is Binky Bob, and I'm Boopy Doop.
Pinky Bob.
I don't know. I wish I knew.
Pinky Bob.
Isn't that like a Pac-Man character?
I don't fucking
Binky
know.
Bob? Or like, there's like 4 ghosts in Pac-Man, and they're like,
I didn't know they had names. To be
yeah,
completely
there's
honest.
like, it's like weird. They're like Inky, Pinky, Blinky, and then like one's like named Joe. Like it's like no, it's Clyde. It's like completely opposite of like the rhyme scheme that they're going for.
That just made me think of Teletubbies. The names like Tinky Winky, La La,
Oh yeah.
whatever the other two are. One is Clyde. What the fuck?
Yeah, one of the ghosts' names is Clyde.
Dude, I haven't played Pac-Man in 6 years?
I mean, it's not like a game you pull up all the time.
This is not a nostalgia plug. We can't talk about this.
Yeah, I'm also not paying attention to you. I'm trying to like figure out this mic situation because like look at this intro. It's just all
For those of you who don't know, we're still trying to figure out the microphone and making sure it doesn't clip our audio.
you literally like destroyed my mic by saying that. Also, it seems like my voice is louder than yours still,
And we're
even
still
though
too far away.
I guess I don't know.
We're not angled on it right. We need a Kevin.
Yeah, we do.
Hello? Hello.
It's
Do
also,
I sound normal?
it's also hard to control because we change our voices. Whatever. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to
Clips.
our show. Welcome to our show. Welcome.
Roll the intro.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, do you want to start?
Yes.
So today, for all of those out there listening, why? Sorry.
Why? No. Why are you like?
You could do productive things like
We think this is funny. I doubt other people do.
you could like be raising chickens.
The fuck?
I don't know. Is that? I mean, farming is good, right?
Farming
Get
is
your
great.
food.
I'm a farming family. I believe in wholeheartedly. I have 400 acres. That's very important.
You own 400 acres?
Yeah, our farm down south.
Oh.
We don't do the farming directly because we have our neighbors do it since we don't have anybody living in the house, but we're handling the business.
So
And
you're
the
one of
farming
those
right
white
now.
people.
Alright, it doesn't count.
Oh no, we're not supposed to give away our identity. They all know you're white now.
Like, that was pretty obvious to begin with.
They don't know. I could be Mexican. Hola!
Why do we make the bit the person that doesn't speak Spanish? I'm the one that's a Spanish minor and speaks Spanish, and you're the one that fucking does it.
Well, I'm a chameleon, man.
That doesn't mean you change language.
Yo hablo Spanish.
What the fuck?
Roll the intro. We need to start over. Thank you for rolling the intro. Okay, do you want to start?
Yeah, we should probably start.
Okay, we're gonna do topics because we thought the last podcast was kind of aimless, and
It was 1,000,000% fucking aimless.
as we say, 5 minutes in, and haven't started our topics yet. We suck at this.
It's a learning curve.
Okay, so the first topic of the day, is I can't read kids' names. It's kids' names.
I can't read.
So we're gonna talk about kids' names. Hoff, do you have any kid names for your future children? Do you want children? That's a good question. Are you interested, folks at home? Are you good? Are
I'm just letting you go.
Cut me off, man.
That's gonna happen a lot.
Okay.
Yes.
Jesus, it's clipping so much. I'm sorry.
It's,
Go on.
No, it's okay. We suck at this. We're still gonna have to figure it out. Yes, I do want kids in not the near future, but I'd say sometime in the next 10 or so years, because I'm 21 right now. In reality,
Giving away your identity. Yo, I'm Mexican, man.
I am 36 years old.
Well, that's not going to be good when you have kids 10 years from now. Unless your wife is young.
The miracles of modern science
Oh, boy.
and medicine.
What type of medicine will save you?
Heroin.
Oh.
So anyways, yeah, I kind of plan on, I want to get out of school and become sort of established in my career, but then I want to be able to start a family, pretty early. And personally, I want 2 or 3 kids. Don't really know. Somewhere. I don't want an only child because I'm an only child and I've
Identity.
fuck.
I'm sorry. I'm going to stop this bit. It's like no longer funny. I've done it 3 times, I think. Maybe 4.
It's
I'm
okay.
not counting.
I mean, I'm
All right,
laughing at it.
Alright. Well, you're easy.
Thank you. I would probably I'd like boys and girls for children. I don't really care if I have more girls or more boys, but I have more girl names picked out.
Okay.
So let me see. I have these somewhere.
Do you have reasons for each of these, or are you just like...
Yeah. Well, some of them have more reason than the others do. Well, my first son has big reason behind it. I want him to be named Cain Robert.
Okay.
Cain because I'm going to give away some identity with this, but Cain is the name of a town that my family farm is in and has always been very near and dear to my heart. And so I want to keep that name going. I've always said that I kind of wish I had Cain somewhere in my name, but since I don't, I can impart that onto a son of mine. And the middle name Robert is after my grandfather, who I was actually given his last name as my first name. I'm not going to reveal it because I don't want to reveal my identity.
That's good.
But
It's a good job, Paul.
his first fuck it. My grandfather, Robert Hoff, who passed away before I was born, but I was given the name Hoff as the first name because it's actually my mother's maiden name, and when my grandpa passed, he was the last remaining male with the Hoff name, and since my mom got married, my last name wouldn't be Hoff, so she gave it to me as a first name, and I'm going to continue that trend and give my son the middle name Robert to keep that up. I want to name one of my daughters is going to be Adeline Rose. Adeline. That one. There's
Your
not.
daughter from the 30s?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
We somehow figured out, and my daughter will be born in 1936. and
She's gonna
come
fight
to
in
the
the
future.
She's gonna fight in the Second World War. Aren't you proud?
And she's gonna survive, and she's gonna kill Adolf Hitler, and then come to the future to be with her family.
I thought you were gonna stop it after come.
God damn it! No, that's my daughter, Billy.
Hey, man, ladies can also do that.
Okay, so another daughter is gonna be Peyton Elizabeth, and the two daughter names aren't really meaningful. Stop. There's identity in that note. That's gonna hopefully be an address one day.
That's where you're gonna live?
Yeah, it's a house that I found that. I mean, granted, there'll probably be people living in there, so I won't get to live there, but it's a place I would like to live.
Just like in the off chance that it might be open?
If it's available. And then I have some thought on, like, other boys' names, but a little bit less. I mean, I kind of go back and forth. I don't know if I want to name him Kane Robert or Robert Kane. I think it'll be a toss-up as, when the kid is born, like, I decide which one.
Yeah, also, my mother has told me this, that you, in the end, don't get to decide, and it's the mother who gets to say the name, so...
Well, these names are banking on me starting a family with my girlfriend now, and they've been agreed upon.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, that's...
And those have been... I got the boy name, and she chose out the girl names.
Oh, okay.
So we're banking...
I was confused. I was like, oh, he has a lot for the boy name, but he didn't have, like, anything for the girl's name, like, reason why.
I can't remember the specific reasons.
You don't pay attention.
For those of you who don't know, Hoff is now in trouble.
Don't make this a fucking bit.
They're with Isabel.
I haven't shown her the first podcast.
Ooh. Yeah,
and
don't.
I'm not going to.
Yeah, that's probably
I'm not
going to
show her this one either. I had talked about, while we were home over winter break, that you and I, Billy, were going to try to make some more episodes.
Name!
You've said mine 4 times. Fuck off.
Fuck off.
For those of you who don't know, I'm giving Hoff the finger guns to show that I just told a shitty joke with his name.
Why is the finger guns a thing?
What were you saying?
I don't fucking remember now. Oh, I was talking to Izzy about that we were going to make more episodes of the podcast, and she's like, you still haven't, like, showed me the first one, and I'm just like, no.
Honestly, like, not joking, I don't think she'd find it interesting.
She really wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's 100% she would not care about. She thinks my sense of humor in general is, like, kind of stupid. I have, like, moments, but, like, I'm kind of stuck in, like, the same humor I've had for, I don't know, 10 years.
Since we've had each other.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And that just... I'm not very funny to her.
Well, that's... it's good that you're trying to build a life together.
For those of you who don't know, Hoff is silently laughing at the existential dread that I just thrust upon him.
God fucking damn it. Alright, Billy, go. What are your children
yeah.
names?
So, I have not given it as much thought as you. Mostly because I'm still not positive if I, like, want kids.
Yeah, I was wondering that because you had asked that earlier. And I don't know if you had changed your mind or not.
Yeah, like sometimes I'm like, oh, kids are cool. And then, like, every so often I see a baby and I'm like, that's an alien. Like, it just moves weird, and it's like, that could be a robot, and I would not know the difference.
It's stupid and doesn't know how to feed itself, and it shits in its pants.
Well, I mean, like, everybody shits in pants.
I did last week.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Story time. Let's go.
I just got hit in the balls really hard.
More story time? How does that happen?
Yanking trying to cut down deadfall in tree limbs, and one was stuck in a kind of like a vine wrapped around, and I pulled it and it sort of snapped back. I'm totally fucking with you. You know this, right?
No, I didn't. I was so confused.
No, I did not shit my pants. I did not get hit in the balls.
I was like, you're clipping the mic. I was like, why is he doing tree work?
Oh, well, I did do tree work last
so
week.
that was the only part that was real?
That was the only part of the story
that was
real.
The only part I didn't believe. God damn it.
God. Alright, you can continue with names and reasonings.
Okay. Hold on, I have to check something.
Yep.
Okay, so I just had to check to see, I thought it was only recording into one headphone, but it's recording both, so we're fine. What were we talking about?
Your reasoning behind either wanting kids or not wanting kids
Oh,
because
yeah.
they're aliens.
Oh, yeah. So, like, every time you see a child, like a small child, it's like an alien. It just seems weird to me. I don't know. Maybe if I get older, I'll be like, oh, yeah, that thing. I want to come in a lady and make one of those. You forget, that's how it's done every time. Every single human.
I don't give a fuck that it's just the way you said it.
But I mean, every time it's some guy going like, and then 9 months later, like a eating, shitting thing comes out.
You're gonna be a great fucking dad someday. Holy shit.
Son, let me tell you about how you were born.
I came in your mother, and 9 months later you came out eating and shitting.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, my sister says I shouldn't be a dad. Sometimes I get it.
Holy shit.
Anyways, but I do have a few kids' names picked out. I have 3 girls' names and 2 boys' names. No middle names either. I have Ruby. I always liked his name. Rose and Gwen. Those are my 3 girls' names. I see you're making faces, so I guess we'll talk about it afterwards. And then the kids' names for boys is Tyler, and this one's kind of a left field one, and I'm still not 100% sold on it, but Boston. I kind of like his name. Just because, like, I don't want, like, a normal boy's name, like, Bill or
William
William.
Billy
Like,
or Will.
every
or
William I met is a guy.
Same.
God damn it. I'm going to reverse that in the cut when I edit this. I hope you know.
Alright, that's fine by me.
Yeah. If you say the N-word on this podcast, I will keep it in, though.
I am not going to.
Just by the way.
I think I said the C word too many times in the first episode, then I'm trying not to say
that's
either
what
of them.
that's what we started with. So you have
and
made.
I want to be more serious. I want to be more serious about this.
No,
as I slur my words, saying serious.
Yeah, we're professionals. So you made faces when I said those girls' names.
Ruby, Rose, and Gwen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you liked Ruby and Rose separately because of the actress.
No, what's funny? My mic clipped as I said that. I was like, no. What was I saying? I came up with the names Ruby and Rose before I even knew the actress.
Separately?
Yeah, there was an actress named Ruby Rose. Honestly, all of my reasons for all these names are like super nerdy. Ruby because of Pokemon Ruby.
Oh, okay.
Rose because of Rose Wilson,
Okay.
who's Deathstroke's daughter.
Oh, okay. Got it. Yep. And Gwen.
And then Gwen because
Miss
of
Gwen
Gwen Stacy.
Stacy.
Yeah.
Dope. Well, I mean,
And it's not it's not a determination of like my favorite characters or anything. It's just like I like those names and that's where I got them from.
got it.
And then Tyler is Tyler the Creator, and then Boston is Boston Brand, who's Deadman.
I like those.
Yeah, and I feel like I like Boston, but I also don't like Boston. Like I feel like it's a little too off, but also I don't want a normal name,
I mean, I've grown up without a normal name. I have 2 last names because my first name is a last name, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people care about it as much anymore. So we're growing up that all those stupid shits at like gas stations, like keychains and things with like names on it. I could never find like my name on stuff.
Yeah.
And that really pissed me off because I was like, why don't I get anything cool with my name on it? But as I've grown older, I'm like, you know what? I actually really appreciate having.
I don't even like gas stations.
I don't go to gas stations. But I mean, I think I like Boston. I know someone with that as their last name, and it's cool. I've never thought of it as a first name, but I have a last name for a first name, so it fucking works.
Okay.
I was just thinking, because I still
been trying to think of, other boy names. I'm trying to decide if I want to be nerdy with names. Like, would I want to name a kid like Bruce or Clark?
I feel like
or
you can kind of get away with those because they're also kind of normal names. Like, I know Link from Rhett and Link named one of his sons Lando.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and he,
Yeah.
he, I don't know if you know this, but he is white. And so his son is also white. And so there's like a white Lando running around.
Okay.
So I don't want to do that, but like,
I kind of like Wally from Wally West, but I don't know that I'd want the kid to be named Walter.
yeah, I know, that's the thing. I actually do kind of like Bartholomew, but like,
Yeah.
so you could name that Barry. Actually, I'm just gonna add that to the list right now, honestly. But also,
well, you could do it like me. I mean, I know that Hoff is a last name, and I'm named Hoff. But anytime like I meet someone and tell them my name, they ask if that's my full name or if my name is Hoffman, and they think my name is shortened from Hoff. I'm like, no, it's just the given. It's what I mean. Like, you could technically be that parent and like put on a birth certificate that your kid's name is Wally instead of Walter, or your kid's name is Barry instead of Bartholomew.
I don't know, but it just seems, weird.
I also like Jack, not because of Jack Napier, but it fits with Jack Napier.
Jack is decent, yeah.
I think I lean towards one I've liked for a while. I really like the name Jackson for a boy, and could shorten it to Jack or
isn't that
Jax.
Joe's son? Joe Beretta's son, his name's Jackson?
Yes.
Okay. Is that where you got it from?
Shout out to the Valley folk. No, that is I can't really tell you where I got it from. But I've liked just the idea. I mean, I like the name Jackson.
I mean, you could have just heard it somewhere, and that's
And then
totally
I
justifiable.
watched Sons of Anarchy and really like Jax Teller.
Oh,
I
okay.
like Jax, but I didn't want to name a kid just Jack. And Jackson is sort of more realistic.
I guess so, yeah. Sorry, I'm checking the mic.
Oh, that clipped real bad.
I feel like 50% of this podcast is just going to be me talking about the mic.
That is bad.
You nailed it, man.
Dude, I don't know. We're still figuring shit out.
Yeah, I know. Also, the fan turned on in the background, or the heater or something, so now there's going to be a low buzz throughout the rest of the podcast.
I actually, when I listened to... Jesus Christ. Someone just died.
I think my mother dropped something upstairs right above us.
I listened to our first podcast, and actually, if you're not paying attention for it, it doesn't bother you, but I was paying attention for it, and I could tell when the heater was kicking on and kicking off.
Okay.
In the audio.
At least it's not noticeable unless you're noticing.
So
it.
shut the fuck up!
And I'm glad we're pointing it out. To
This is
therefore
just gonna
make it
piss
more
people
notable.
off.
Yeah.
I think most of our podcast just pisses people off.
Yeah. Just most of our existence, really.
I was gonna try and say I disagree, and no, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just
Pretty
sort
much.
of piss people off.
I'm gonna fart.
Thanks for...
Yeah, I think it kind of picked up.
Oh my god.
So are we done with kids' names, or you want to add anything?
No, do you have, because I have middle names and stuff picked out too. Did you ever have any thought on them, or...
I feel like middle name will just be someone who's a friend in my life, and
It'll just be...
"That'll
I'll
do."
just be in the delivery room, and I'll see a piece of paper on a clipboard off the side and said, the kid's middle name is fucking Paper.
What?
You're just going to do it in the moment. You're going to look around your surroundings. You'll see something, and that will be the kid's middle name.
No.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
but yeah, I'm gonna probably name it after a friend who's in my life at that time.
If it's not off, I'll fucking rip your throat out.
What if it's a girl?
If it's not off, I'll fucking rip your throat out.
Okay, well, fair enough. I guess all my kids' middle names will be Hoff.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, we can move on from baby names.
Transition! Don't ruin it.
Isn't that like my whole goal though on this podcast?
I guess. You're clipping the mic like crazy. Could you not?
I will try my best to not disappoint you, Father.
When you try your best, but you
Copyright,
won't
stop. No, no, stop.
succeed.
Copyright.
I was trying to do it like completely incorrectly, but I couldn't think of it. When you get what you want, no. What's the words?
When you get what you want, but not what
I don't know. Coldplay
you
just makes me sleepy.
need. Coldplay made me cry.
Well, good story.
Well, it was after I
I'm sorry, that's like the most dickish thing to say in that situation.
and just when you hear what the story is, you'll be even more dickish.
Oh, really?
It's because Fix You came on my Spotify shuffle the morning after I found out my grandma died.
Fuck! I'm sorry, man. Jesus.
That setup was fucking great.
Fuck, man. I guess I'm just going to hell now.
I mean, you were doing that before.
Nah, I was.
I was. If I was, you were.
If we took out like the times I like jerk off, like I'd go to heaven.
That's the one defining factor.
Hell
is
yeah.
You just masturbate
Dude, that deficit. You think the U.S. has a bad deficit? Ooh, baby. We're gonna put this out into public. I'm so happy.
For those of you who don't know, Billy had issues.
I'm glad that's what you said. Instead of explicitly what it is.
What, that you're lonely?
I'm not. Dude, I did that when I had a girlfriend.
True, fair enough. We did a transition. We're supposed to be on a new topic.
Shit. Do you want to do my topic or your topic?
Let's just do yours for now.
Okay, so this topic is called
Thoughts. That sounds like I said thought.
Are we doing slut shaming?
No, we're not doing slut shaming. Thoughts on action figures, because I think
okay.
I have a controversial opinion compared to some people, but I want to hear Hoff's first. So, thoughts.
Thoughts. Okay. I like action figures. I think when I was a little kid, I was really into them. You know, like G.I. Joe action figures and all that were probably one of the things I played with the most. And as I have gotten older, and you know, it's sort of a weird correlation, but as I've gotten older and I've started liking comic books more, since I got into comic books and superheroes relatively late, I watched all the cartoons and things like that when I was a young kid, but then, you know, I actually started reading comic books and becoming interested in comic lore and all that stuff probably in high school, to be completely honest, was when I really got into it, and now I'm just super into it. I don't play with action figures, but I like having the collectibles of them now. Like, my favorite sort of, I mean, they're sort of obscure action figures maybe, but I really like Funko Pops. I collect those and have many different characters of those, and always find new ones that I want and would like to grow a collection of those. Just for this past Christmas, I got a Joker Arkham action figure that I don't really know what I'll do with, but I like it and it's cool, so it'll go on a shelf somewhere. I think my only thing with action figures is, you know, they have a bad rap when you're old. You know, if you're like 20s, 30s, and you collect action figures and shit like that, you're labeled, you know, you live in your parents' basement, you're a nerd kind of thing. I'm like, I'm not like super into collecting action figures, having to have them in mint condition collector's items, keep them in the box, can't ruin their value. But if I find like a cool figure of a superhero or comic book type character I like, and I like the figure of it, I'm just gonna get it and stick it on a shelf. Like, I don't really play with them, but I mean, like, I have a handful of my Funko Pops that like make a line along the edge of my desk that I see. Otherwise, they're just some stuff on a shelf. So I'm interested. I want to know what your controversial thoughts are on this.
Basically, what it sums up to is like I just don't like. I kind of don't like them. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like if you get toys, you should play with them. Do you think that hissing is gonna pick up?
Maybe. Just be quiet for like 5 seconds and see.
As
it shuts off.
Jesus. It shut off as soon as we stopped talking. This sucks. But yeah, so I actually feel like it's, I don't know, if it's a toy, like, you should play with the toy or give it to a child who will play with it. Yeah. I kind of don't like the collecting all these toys and putting them on a shelf.
Well, fuck you, you're wrong. Continue.
No, I'm right.
Continue.
But I just feel like if you, like, it's a toy, it should be like played with, like a child should be playing with them. I don't like the have thousands of figures like on a wall.
God, I hope I don't get to that level.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know, sometimes I'm trying to articulate my thoughts as I'm having them, and that's always difficult. But I keep coming back to this point, but basically, if it's a toy, like, someone should play with it. What did you just look at?
Snapchat.
So, Hoff's Snapchatting over here, and I just turn and I just see some...
Here,
is that sausages?
Yeah, hang on.
Is that Andrew?
No, it's my friend from school.
Jesus.
Alright, okay.
So, describe the Snapchat, Hoff.
My friend sent me a video, and it said, you versus the guy she tells you not to worry about.
Classic.
And in this video, you is referring to a what looked to be a NyQuil nighttime PM capsule pill, which is about an inch maybe. And the guy she tells you not to worry about was about a 2 foot long fucking German Wiener Schnitzel thing he was cooking.
Funny stuff.
I need to stop playing with my fucking phone in the middle of this.
No, it's fine. I was rearranging notes while you were talking. I completely forgot what you said. You're like, they're fine, and I get them sometimes.
I don't play with them. I just collect singular ones that,
like, I think
that
that's,
I like.
I think that's fine. Just, I don't like the people who, like, collect a bunch and then don't let anyone touch them play with them. Like, they're toys. Like, let them be toys, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just because, like, my favorite movie is Toy Story and I get triggered. That's probably what it is, honestly. I don't really give a shit.
You just got a Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, I did. But that wasn't, like, I didn't ask for that.
Okay, true.
My parents...
Yeah, I didn't ask for my Joker Arkham. My mom just got it for me.
Yeah. It was weird. I thought I was gonna get, we opened in order in my family because there's three children, and like I opened it and I'm like, oh, Buzz Lightyear, maybe I'll get a Woody too, and then like my brother opened one and he got the Woody and I was like, oh, okay, whatever.
Does that speak to the dynamic of you and your brother?
I feel like it would be the opposite though. Like,
I feel like it'd be the opposite
of
too.
Yeah, he's the more macho, I guess, but he's still.
But
kinda...
you're not like the upright, by the book, sort of lawman, things need to be done correctly type way Woody is. You're kind of like a fuck this shit.
Yeah, but that's not Buzz Lightyear either. If anything,
True.
I should have got
True.
Jesse. But my dad would not be having that. No son of mine is gonna identify.
Why
with a
didn't
girl.
Kelly get Jesse?
That's what I also was confused about, because literally on the back of both those boxes, it's like, oh, get the 3 set. Woody, Buzz Lightyear, and Jessie. And I thought, oh, she'll get Jessie.
Your
and then
parents
she
don't
didn't.
love her.
They got her shit. They got her, like, mascara, makeup wipes, a book.
Useful.
Hmm.
Useful things.
I got tools. There's a useful.
I got stuff for like my dress clothes. I got a shoe shining kit because I needed a new one. I've got a new tie rack.
Do you actually shine your shoes?
I have a couple pairs of black shinier leather ones that I do, and then now that I'll be working full time,
Oh, yeah.
I need to look presentable.
You're off a semester, right? Like, you're... So
I have
you...
a semester of school off for working experience.
So basically, you have this break, and then you're working in...
Work starts January 7th.
I mean, in,
Los Angeles.
Cleveland. Cleveland, Los Angeles.
Gotham.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll be working full-time for 8 months and living at home and trying to figure out real life
And
outside of school.
And keep your sanity.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just have 1 semester left, and then I'm done with school, and then I'll figure it out.
I have another year of school after.
Oh, you poor bitch.
I mean, I'm doing the extra year of school, so I hope I'm not poor in the long run.
I feel like I'll be poor regardless.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just need money to collect action figures.
For those of you who don't know, I almost choked in my water. 'Cause half the fucking dick. I'm gonna edit that out.
Oh, okay. You should just edit it out and keep you saying, I'm gonna edit that out.
Everybody will be so confused. All the 2 people who will listen.
You know, kind of like how we just ended our podcast abruptly on the last one and just stopped in the middle of a sentence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I showed my sister this podcast, like...
Did she listen to the whole thing?
No, I showed
Please
her...
tell me you skipped the beginning.
No, I showed her a clip of it. Like, I just picked a random
Okay.
spot within, like,
Okay.
within
Oh,
SoundCloud. I'm
Jesus,
like...
what was it? Fuck.
And I was like, oh yeah, me and Hoff did a podcast, and you know, it's just like just us talking, and then you're like, what are you looking forward to most this year? And I said, putting that cocked and loaded gun into my mouth. And then I was like, all right, that's
Really?
enough.
That's where you got?
Yeah. She had a face of like, what the fuck?
I feel literally, as long as you skipped the beginning, that would have been the worst part, and then you came to the second worst part of the podcast. It's just talking about offing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
How do you think this podcast is gonna stack up? Because I completely forgot what we've done the last 40 minutes. Jesus.
Wow. I feel like we've actually had a lot more sense in this one.
Maybe.
We're not just rambling about random shit.
I also feel like the mic's clipping like way much.
We're gonna
Look at
we're gonna
that.
listen
We're gonna
back to
listen
this, and we're gonna realize we can't use any of the audio and have to record a whole new podcast
Oh man.
just to put one out there.
Do you actually want to do 2 this break time?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to do multiple if we can.
Okay. So we're talking about the last podcast a lot on this podcast.
Even though I don't want to reference it because I feel like it's something people shouldn't listen to.
Yeah, but I feel like it makes sense just because like the time difference between these 2 is like
It was
a lot.
like literally 6 months, I think. We
Oh,
did it
really?
in July.
Oh damn!
Yeah, 7 months. Wow.
I accidentally.
For those of you who don't know, Billy had to count the months on his fingers, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and he did it wrong.
I accidentally added January.
You're graduating in 6 months.
Oh my god. I'm not prepared.
The world's not prepared for us.
The world's not prepared for me.
Okay.
I needed more support there because that like was not a good voice, and it wasn't entertaining. And I was hoping like you would say something to save the bit, but nope, you're just like, yeah.
That made the bit a little bit better, I think.
Jesus.
I mean, all of her bits are just terrible, so.
Oliver Bits is my favorite Arrow character.
God. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. Do I win?
Oliver Bits.
Do I win the dad joke competition?
Fuck you. Yeah, that made me laugh. All
Yeah.
right, we'll do that in a later episode because I actually really want to do that.
Honestly, I think I'd win.
You totally would because
Yeah.
I break super easily.
Also, I'm like an idiot.
I mean, I'm an idiot too.
Yeah, but my brain can like get to like another level of idiotacy. Perfect example.
Do you okay?
Idiotacy. Oh, that's gonna be the title of my book.
That should be the title of the podcast.
Idiotacy.
Idiotacy.
Oh man, I would love that. But I also do like, yeah, we don't know either because it kind of explains everything.
Yeah, and yet I couldn't do the intro logically because it made too much sense. I like Idiotacy.
Idiotacy.
We should scrap this and make an entirely separate podcast
Dude,
series.
I made an email. You know how hard that is?
I can make an
It
email.
took like an hour, maybe.
It took like 4 minutes.
I know, but then I had to like, dude, I actually did put a lot of effort. I made like a shitty header for the podcast. I added the picture.
I love that picture still.
That is pretty good.
Okay, Idiotacy. Speaking of Idiotacy, do you remember? I think we were in like 7th or 8th grade, and we went to the beach in. I don't know if it was Lake Geneva, but the beach in Wisconsin, like the lighthouse on the edge of the pier that we jumped off.
Yeah.
Do you remember taking a video of it and you and I both running off screaming "God bless stupidity"?
I don't remember that specifically, but I do remember doing that.
Yeah, because we had to do a bit where we just ran off the edge of this 10-foot pier.
Yeah, like
Jumping in the water and
10-foot
screaming
drop.
God bless stupidity. God bless what did you say? Idiocracy? No, idiocy?
Idiotacy.
Idiotacy.
How would you even spell that?
I
I just think Mario Odyssey.
Idiot.
I'm gonna pull up my
OS.
notes and try to type it out.
Idiot. God, this is breaking my brain. Idiotacy.
Like that? Like idiot and then ACY.
Idiotacy. Idiot. Oh my god.
Idiotacy.
Yeah, I like that. Idiotacy.
Okay, I'll have to keep that as a note.
That is picking up.
Okay, yeah, it's picking up like crazy. Though there's like, generally, even if that's not on, there is like a little bit of things that it picks up. It's gonna be a bitch to edit. I'm just gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Just so many mic clips.
Jesus Christ.
For those of you who don't know, I just shoved my hand into Hoff's mouth to get him to shut the fuck up for one goddamn second in his life.
There it is. Okay, it's done. The wheezing has been done. Is that how you say that sentence? Don't be like that, you fucking asshole.
Don't ruin my bit.
He was
If Joe can sit still.
It's an only audio podcast. It's a terrible bit because nothing shows up.
There's so many random sounds in this house.
Yeah, I know. You don't notice until you're like trying to record something and then
You
you're
needed
just
to
like,
be quiet.
Yeah.
I was just fucking not.
I know. Dude, I tried to record an album this summer. Like, did not work out.
Do you hear like the humming?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I don't know what that is. There's a lot of... It's also bad. Probably recording in the basement is not the best
Yeah.
option, but like it's the only place that's like private. Cause like just imagine like us in the living room.
We should
My
just
dad
sit
is.
in the bathtub.
I'm just like, yeah, I saw like a clown lady get fisted, and like my dad sitting right there.
No. She wasn't fisted. She was wearing clown makeup and had a bottle shoved up her ass.
Oh yeah. That's a true story.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah,
Save
no.
us all.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Do you want to
not
go on
okay.
to your next?
Yeah, do we want to do the movie theaters?
Oh, okay. So our last topic of the day:
So, oh,
Meme.
wow.
transition.
What's the
Do you watch
fucking
PewDiePie?
topic? I do not.
Okay, he has the show called Meme Review, and this is how he opens it. He's like, "Meme Review," because he's like,
Oh.
he's just, but all he is just a sarcastic asshole. That's just all he does, and
Okay.
so
Alright. Yeah.
So that was my attempt to copy that. Also terribly, because I didn't say transition review. I said meme transition.
Although I like meme transition.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the last topic we're thinking of talking about is just simply movie. Rewind that. Okay.
No.
Movie.
I will not rewind it, Hoff. You have to live with that forever.
Movie theaters. Pros versus cons of going to see movies in a theater versus just streaming it online. Because I, for one, am personally all for going to the movie theater. I love going to see a new movie in theaters. It's a great experience, but I feel like nobody really, okay, not nobody, but a large majority of today's population don't appreciate it. And we see movie theaters closing at a sort of scarily rapid pace.
I was thinking about this the other day. So comic book movies have kind of like conquered the movie
All
market.
of the box office.
And it's kind of ironic because I feel like movie theaters are kind of going the way of comics, where
Yeah.
like it's not gonna die off, but it's gonna be more niche because it's like hard to find a comic book store. You know,
Yeah.
there's only like the
There's only a
closest
handful.
one to where we are right
It's
now
like a
is
10-minute drive.
it's like 30 minutes away.
There's one in Algonquin.
There is.
Yeah.
I thought that closed.
Oh, it might have. I went there a few years ago, but it could have closed since then.
I thought it was closed like a long time
I don't know.
ago.
I just remember because I got the first issue of DC Rebirth
Oh
at
really?
the one in Algonquin.
You have the first issue of DC Rebirth?
Yes,
I
I
have it
do.
online.
I have Rebirth 1.
Ooh, you have like a
Physical copy with the comic cover and
Damn.
or comic board.
Could I see that? Yes. Dope. I have it on my fucking Kindle.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I would love to see that in physical form because I actually enjoy physical form
Mhm.
more than digital.
And that's why I enjoy going to movie theaters rather than just
Yeah,
fucking
but
streaming.
as I was saying, like it's kind of going the same way as comic books, where it's gonna be like a niche market because like not a lot of people go to comic book stores.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to get there, and it's not like kid friendly because you have to drive there. Like I started actually getting to comic books in like 2008, but then I stopped because like
Shout out to the Dark Knight.
yeah, pretty much. At that time, it was crazy. Like Grant Morrison was doing Batman, and like Batman had died. Like one of the first
yeah.
one of the first comic books I picked up is whatever happened to the Cape Crusader, and in it like Batman's dead. Like the third page, he's like in a coffin.
Damn.
Yeah, and like Dick Grayson was Batman, and Damian Wayne was Robin under him, and there was Frank Quietly like drew a bunch of those early Batman and Robin comics, and they scared the shit out of me. Like someone like Professor Pig melts some girl's face, and then she forever has like a doll face, and that fucked me up.
Comics fucks you up, dude.
Mm-hmm.
See, and that's what I know that or not necessarily comics, because comics can be geared towards anyone, but I mean like superheroes in general. I feel like traditionally are meant to be geared towards children more, but a lot of like the themes and tones in comic books and things is a lot more adult than you realize.
So, like, that's the thing, is like they started off as these things for children, but as like the market kind of like became so niche, they started just placating the 30-year-olds who are originally buying it. So now all the it's like this tonal clash of like these colorful characters and like this kind of 30-year-old cynicism. So it makes this like weird combination. Sometimes
And
it's great.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not, like the 90s. Batman seems to do
George
the best.
Clooney.
Batman can do both, and that's why I feel like he's lasted so long.
I don't think they've done that with, like, Superman. There hasn't really been a super campy sort of. I mean, he's always been like a Boy Scout.
No, Superman only works as camp. Like, everybody who's tried to make him serious, like Man of Steel, like, does not work at all. And
I like
actually...
Man of Steel.
What?
I like Man of Steel.
My dad fell asleep in Man of Steel.
Dude, the guy next to us in the theater today for Spider-Verse was snoring.
Oh, really?
I swear to God.
Damn. But yeah, my dad, during that destruction of, like, Metropolis, was fast asleep. I was like, damn. This must not be that interesting. And I like the Superman animated series better anyways, and that's kind of more... Basically, it's not as cynical and, like, cold as Man of Steel, and it works better. And so, like, a lot of those characters have trouble working with the 38-year-old cynicism. The point is, it's placating to the market of itself, and it tries to expand every so often. That's what New 52 was about. That's what Rebirth was about. Trying to get, like, new readers. But, like, it's mostly a, like, small audience. And I feel like movies are going that way, because everybody's like, oh, I could just stay home. But, like, there is a group that, like, wants to be there, and they'll always be there, but it's going to be placating towards that now.
I am thoroughly in that group.
Yeah.
I love going to the theater to see... I've gone to the theater 3 fucking times to see Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse.
Exactly.
Like, and I know I'm going to buy it on DVD when it comes out, because, like, this is one of my favorite comic book movies of all time. But just going to the theater is so much of a more immersive experience. Especially if you're doing a situation, you know, like IMAX or like 3D or something, which I haven't been to an IMAX or 3D movie in years. I really think the last 3D movie I went to was Avatar when it came out. And I haven't gone and see it because I think 3D is overrated personally. But just movie theaters I like the experience of going, and, you know, I always go with friends and sitting down, and, I mean, I don't get popcorn very often, but when I do, I like sitting there in a recliner seat at a movie theater watching a big screen with popcorn. And I know that for as long as they're around, whenever new movies that I'm interested by the trailers and stuff, I'm going to go to the movie theater. I will always be one of those customers that goes and sees stuff at the theaters, but I will still buy it on DVD afterwards, too. Did it break?
It might be crashing out.
Oh, no.
Honestly. Okay, it's still picking up. Okay.
I wonder if there's just, like, a dead space and it didn't pick up anything I said.
Oh, man. You give this whole impassioned speech about, like, the greatness,
the beauty of movie theaters,
and it just doesn't. It's like, nope. Stream, bitch. Haha, I'm a computer. I'm trying to make you stream.
I love that that's the voice you gave to it. Like, stream, bitch. I'm trying to make
The
you
Oogie Boogie
stream.
voice from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, Nightmare Before Christmas. Oh, I watched that yesterday.
Oh, really? I don't know if we have it. I thought we did, and I kind of do want to watch it because it was just Christmas, but, like, I don't know. I'm too lazy to look. Anyways, but yeah, so I think movies are going the way of comic books. It's still a great experience, but I think they're going to be a smaller audience in the future. Going to be kind of hard to find. And also, they've kind of experimented the same way comic books are, like, so continuity based. Like, the Infinity War, like, you had to, like, watch... Sort of. You had to, like, know...
You had to know of 19 films before that.
Yeah.
Before going to see Infinity War.
Yeah, I'm really curious of, like, someone that was their first MCU movie, like, what they would think.
They wouldn't know what the fuck was going on.
Like, but wouldn't they know? Like, I feel like...
I think they give enough clues to be introduced to the idea behind the film, but you don't really know any of the stories behind the characters that are there or how they're interacting with each other and things like that.
I guess. But yeah, so I feel like movies are going to placate to kind of like that, where you have to kind of see other movies, so it's going to be hard to
I'm
get
okay
into.
with that.
I guess it's fine. I'm just
I
saying
think that's definitely sort of detrimental to movie theaters as a brand, because it's going to be placate on this idea that you're going to go and see 4 films and like a series, and not a lot of people do that. Because I've had conversations with people where, you know, something like the Harry Potter series, for example. I mean, I know that those are based on books, but just talking about like strictly talking about the movies, like people who have only seen like the 3rd and the 7th of the Harry Potter movies, and they're like, oh yeah, they're good, but you're just like, how do you not see the rest of the films? Like, how do you get those elements of the story? Just not, like, you don't get to see those elements of the stories. And I mean, you don't have to, granted, because movies always come out on DVD and things, and you don't have to go to theaters to do it, but that's my thing, is whenever I see a film for the very first time, I always want it, if it's a movie that like I personally pick and I want to watch, not just something like my parents or friends or girlfriend or something, like a movie they pick. If it's a movie that I'm picking specifically for myself, or picking that we're all going to go see, I always want the first experience of it in a theater, because I feel like that's the most immersive, and it's the most, sitting in movie theaters, I get distracted less by the outside world in movie theaters, because I can get absorbed into the big screen so easily and actually be drawn into the story that this movie is telling. Whereas, you know, like at home, you'll be watching on like your TV, like your sister's walking around in the background cooking something in the fucking kitchen and you get distracted by it, or you're in the basement watching it and the furnace is kicking on and off and bothering you. But just like you're going into a movie theater and they make the whole big deal about people should be silencing and turning off their cell phones. They turn the lights down, the audio is up pretty high, and it's just a big screen there in front of you, and you're reclined in the seat, pointing your focus at this one thing, this one experience, and that's how you get immersed in it. That's how you get you get to see the most from the film, you catch on to the most things they're doing, you can like understand more quips and references and things when it's strictly just about going to watch a movie. And that's why I think movie theaters are great. And streaming, like, they let you do that, but I feel like streaming is more geared to
binging and just kind of like going with it.
And it's more of the way I use streaming personally is it's more of a background also, because like I'll binge and put on like all of like the fucking Office and have all the seasons playing in the background, but I'm not sitting there to be immersed in watching it. It's just in the background of what I'm doing. I'm not actually enjoying the experience of watching this movie or TV show if it's like The Office or something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why movie theaters are great, but I don't think people appreciate it because they like the simplicity of being at home. I don't mind driving to a theater. And I mean, having the movie theater opened up at the mall, we have one now that's literally 5 minutes from our house. It's the closest we've ever had one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's amazing. And there's so many movies coming out now that I like to go see, and I can just go to the theater that's 5 minutes away. But even before then, I did not mind driving out to AMC at Lake in the Hills, because that's where we used to always go, or to Cinema 12 or something, and going to Carpentersville. Like, I don't mind driving there, because like I know it's a part of the experience of going to see this movie, which is the whole point.
Yeah, I imagine it'll be a little different, like once we have like real jobs that we have to go to all day and then drive home and we just don't want to drive anymore. You know?
Fuck.
Yeah. I feel like that's probably what's killing it, is just the inconvenience of it. But I do love the experience. I won't, it's irreplaceable, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think sort of in general people are just, they don't care enough about the experience of it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They just like the accessibility. And even, I mean, regardless of if they're like tired after working a long day, or they just are lazy, just in general, they're like having something accessible, so they open up Netflix to watch a movie
Mm-hmm.
because they don't want to go out to the theater. Don't crash.
Okay.
Don't do it. Ooh, don't do it. Oh my god.
We're gonna see if this has I don't think. Okay, it's still going. We should probably wrap it up anyways. It's like at an hour.
Yoo-hoo!
Is that what you want to go out on?
No, I was just celebrating.
That we are at an hour?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought we were ending, and then you were like, Yahoo!
Bye.
I think this is gonna suck.